Hello everybody, today's sales training is going to be a little more convoluted, jumping around places, and we're going to try to go a little bit quicker. Number one, I'm going to go over the always constant, wonderful recommendation of sharpening the saw. We've had some people have had questions, how do I get my sales up, how do I improve this, how do I do that? And I made the comment to someone, and I hope politely, but probably not, that I'm more than happy to discuss with you, I'm more than happy to meet with you, I'm more than happy to review and go over everything, but here's the reality. Have you gone back and watched every one of these videos? Have you gone back specifically, if you don't want to watch the ones that are more generic and wide-ranging, have you gone back and watched the ones made specifically on exactly how to do You Build It? What the steps are, what the process is, how to do a presentation, how to do a follow-up, how to submit to a bank, how to do all of these stages. Have you watched those? Because if you haven't, please don't waste my time, because you've got to do that first. I don't need to teach you how to paint if you don't know how to put up drywall, assuming you're doing it all yourself. Pick your own metaphor, but watch those. They will answer. If you will follow these and study them, at least to the point of making it your own, I don't know how you fail. I just don't. It's there. Every time I run into somebody that just can't, you go and you watch, you're like, well, you're not even close. Completely off. Go back, sharpen the saw. Go and watch these. If you are new, we have years. Watch them. Make a commitment. Decide to eat lunch in your office every day for the next month. And for lunch, watch 2 videos while you're eating your sandwich. Or you can be like me and you get busy, so you have to keep a can of peanuts to eat for lunch. But watch them. They will help. They will make you think. They will inspire. Sharpen the saw. Keep on them. Get those things going. That is number one. Number two, I was asked to review old, classic, simple stuff a little bit to flow with appearance. It can be a struggle. We can vary a lot. I know that today is Thursday, and this week, one day I wore cargo shorts, one day I wore blue jeans, one day I wore a suit, and one day I wore slacks and a golf shirt. And there can be variation. Now, the struggle I get is there are people that will dress what they view as more comfortable, that doesn't fit. It doesn't fit their look. It doesn't fit their personality. It doesn't fit their job. When in doubt, dress up a notch. If you are not sure if shorts are okay, then don't wear shorts. If you are not sure if jeans are okay, then don't wear jeans. Always go up one. If you're not sure that cheap slacks are okay, then don't wear cheap slacks. Wear nice ones. Wear quality khakis. Always up one. If you're not sure if a suit's okay, then you wear a tux. Always go up one notch. Better to default on that end. Now, at the end of it, know your style. If you are a Brooks Brothers style, you should have Brooks Brothers things. But if you're a rough-hewn style, you should have rough-hewn. There is a look that works on you and you know it. Go with that one. I got a guy that works for me that I guarantee you his style is nice quality shirts. It can be golf shirt, it can be formal dress, don't care, and slacks. But for whatever reason, be it comfort, be it perception, be it because so many other people here don't know, don't care, he chooses to wear blue jeans. It doesn't look right, it doesn't fit his position, and it limits where he's going to make it because it limits him. If he was stepping into that, he would be rising higher because he would be setting himself higher. He would be viewed higher by me, be viewed higher by clients, be viewed higher by other employees, and he would be making those steps and stages that go accordingly. Don't dress to just fit in and match. If everybody else is casual, it might be because that's where they fit and that goes with them and that might be their look. It might be the right look. It might be a little bit of an outward statement of this is my ceiling. Because we do say that. Guess what? When you reach a stage, by the way, little simple thing going with clothes. You reach a stage where you're like, I've hit a ceiling. I'm stuck. Up your wardrobe a notch. Raise your standards, raise your expectations, raise your level of grooming, raise your standard for jewelry, raise your standard for friends, raise your standard for where you go, what your tastes are, all of it, raise it all up. And it will raise you up with it as well. Raise your standard of dress. And people are like, what happened? What's with Julie? My gosh, Julie's bigger. Julie's better. Julie's growing. We have to give Julie a raise. We have to give Julie a promotion. We have to do. You want to be settled. And by the way, this is cool. If you're like, I'm ready to chill. I want to relax in life. I want to just do this. I don't want to learn anything new. I don't want to stretch my mind. I don't want to stretch. I just want to abide. I am the dude in the job I have. Step your dress down a notch. I guarantee you no one will ever ask you to stretch your ceiling. Take it down one. Stay not just where you are, drop it one. People will be like, Joey's in his place. And that's cool. I'm not judging it. That's advice for you to go with. I won't get lost there too much. Just keep with it. By the way, if you are a U-Build It employee and you are wearing a hat, it needs to be a hat that has U-Build It on it. If you don't work for me, you can use your own sense, but guys, I don't have these rules because I'm just a jerk and they're dumb rules. They're good rules. It makes sense. Fit your brand, fly your brand, run your flag. Do not go as a U.S. ambassador to China and think that a Russian flag is better looking, so that's what you want to fly outside the embassy. Don't think that no flag is better looking, so you just hang a white cloth. Fly your flag, be proud, keep it going. Enough of that end. Last one, a little more practical sales training for those of you that have not been offended by the previous two. There are people that are very difficult to deal with. There are people that will not hear you. Your job, if they are clients, is to tell them, to get some point of recognition that they at least acknowledge what you said. Even though you know, even as they finally go, oh, fine, they're still going to come back at you with an excuse why they're going to be what they're going to be, and they're going to do what they're going to do, and they're going to want what they want, when they want it, and how they want it, and the way it's going to be. You cannot fix that. You have not got the obligation to. You have the obligation to make sure they heard right path. Example, I have a client. It's a repeat client. I love this client. It's a wonderful client. One of my favorites in the past. Very stubborn and does not like to listen. Very much, I'm going to cover all three corners of the triangle, and off of sheer willpower, I am going to force you and to give me the size I want, the features I want, and the price I want, period. So I set this person down yesterday and had a meeting and said, you cannot do what you want to do. Why not? Because you can't. And continue to fight and argue on it. And I looked at one point and said, I need to be very clear that you understand. I don't care. You're fighting me like somehow I have profit in this, or this is some issue to me. You know who I am. You know how I work. You know my fees. I have no dog in this hunt. I have no skin in this game. I don't care. But I also want to be very clear. It's your money. You do what you want to do, and I'm going to back you and support you. But I need you to recognize, I need you to look at me and say, you heard me on this. When we are done, you're not going to build this house for the price you think you're going to build it for, not with the features that I know you want. And you're going to have to dip in your pocket and pull somewhere between $30,000 and $70,000 out of your pocket to cover your bills at the end. If you will admit this, I'll go forward and put in what you tell me to put in. And the client said, I've already accounted for that. And then instantly would not keep eye contact. But this can't be right. It's got to be this. And I go, you tell me what you want in there, and that's what I'm going to put. And by the end of it, I let that person craft their budget. It's going off to the bank and party on Garth. So be. Sometimes all you can do is make sure they recognize. So that when they do come back, you can go, wait a minute, remember when I told you? And they may not hear you then either. There is a point where life does not get to always be sunshine and lollipops. Or every now and then you get the grape one. And by the way, that's reference for popsicles. I should have said that earlier. And if you like grape popsicles, my apologies. They were always the one that, it's what I get stuck with because the kids eat the cherry and the banana and the green one. And I always go home and it's nothing left but the grape, and I hate the grape. So that's the explanation of the metaphor. For some of you, it's the green Jolly Rancher that gets left in there. Whatever it is, I hope you understand my point. But you do your best and you make sure you do your job. Because there's one great truth of this life, especially for a salesman whose goal is to be the highest level of ethics. You can only control you. You can only control you doing the right thing. So make positive every single time you do the right thing. And by the way, much like dress, do the right thing +1, and you'll never struggle going to sleep at night. Thank you guys. I'll shut up now. Have a wonderful day.